It's weird. You like hang out with animals more than people.
Yeah, well, animals get me. I rescued George when he was 2 years old. George never would have survived on his own.
He definitely trusts you.
Last night, George was 7 feet and he weighed 500 pounds. George, you okay, buddy? You're scared. It's okay. This morning, he's 9 feet, pushing 1,000. What's happening to my friend?
Are you familiar with genetic editing? Changes will be incredibly unpredictable.
Is he the only one?
Oh, you didn't know about the 30-foot wolf? Hell of a day, huh? Science experiments falling from the sky.
Having George on that plane is a big mistake.
I think we'll be all right.
Let's go save the world. It's coming back to me. It's coming back. You have to evacuate Chicago. George didn't ask for this. They're gonna put him down. That's not happening.
Is there something in the river?
I was just thinking the only thing that's missing right now is a giant crocodile.
Hello lads and lasses, it's Sam here once again, and this time we're going to do something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be reviewing a film. That's right, a film, something a bit different. I'm going to be talking about a film that I watched the other day called Rampage. Now, it's starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, you may know him as a WWE wrestling athlete. And basically, they made a film called Rampage. And the interesting thing about Rampage is that I remember this particular title when I was a kid. Rampage originally was a video game, and they have obviously created a film based around the particular video game. Now, the video game that I remember personally was Rampage Total Destruction, and basically it was a game that consisted of giant monsters wreaking havoc in a city, and you just had to basically smash as many buildings as you possibly can to gain points, like Rampage points, you know, because you're just going mental over the streets and causing havoc around the streets. And it's interesting how they made a film about it, and it was a cracking film, I tell you. Like, it really did. It was really good, like the way it was all set out, and I really liked the storyline. So first of all, let's talk about the story. So basically, the story is there is this secret company, this secret lab, like conducting experiments on basically genetic mutation, DNA changes, you know, and just genetics really, and basically what happens is an experiment goes wrong at the space station in space, where one of the rats, obviously, they get the serum. There's this special serum which basically turns things into giant monsters, and basically the rat that they experimented on in the space station went loose, killed everyone on it, and blew up all evidence of their research. However, all the experiments went flying, and well, basically they came flying back down to Earth and crash landed like three canisters full of the serum, and basically a gorilla sniffed it up, a wolf sniffed it up, and an alligator, a crocodile even sniffed up the serum. Basically, when you sniff it, it turns you into madness, really, to be honest. So basically, yeah, that is the story, and basically the main characters are obviously Dwayne Johnson, which is he's playing as a guy called Davies, and George, which is the gorilla, and believe it or not, the actual main character's name in Rampage Total Destruction, the game, was a gorilla named George. So let's have a look at the original characters and just compare them compared to the just have a look at them compared to the movie versions of the characters. So basically here we have George. Basically originally he was just a normal average gorilla. I mean, to be honest with you, he doesn't even look like the gorilla on the game. He looks more like a monkey, if anything, but yeah, he's a gorilla. He's supposed to be like a King Kong kind of figure. And basically this is him in the movie, and he is white in the movie, a white gorilla, and he stands out compared to all the other gorillas. So he's a lot more smarter than the other gorillas, and he can talk to Davies, and communicate really well. And that's touching how the story goes. How you have these two characters really sort of bonding together and having a really good relationship with each other. And then you've got Ralph. Now Ralph originally was a wolf, a blue wolf, as it happens. But first of all, they gave him red eyes, and then they gave him normal eyes after that in the second game, which is Rampage Total Destruction, which I'm talking about here. And here is the movie version of Ralph, which is a white wolf, you know, and you know, they've kept the character nice, and he looks believable and realistic, and I think that's sort of what they're going for, is that they want to make these particular characters realistic in the sense that you can sort of believe it. Let's make it more believable, to be honest. And then you got the third monster character, which is Lizzie. Well, that's what people call him, Lizzie. Now, the interesting thing about Lizzie is, at first I couldn't understand whether it was Lizzie or Croc, because it was a mutated crocodile, and originally in the original Rampage game you had a character, believe it or not, who was a crocodile called Croc. So at first I was a bit confused whether that was Lizzie or Croc, but I could kind of see, just by the way that the crocodile mutated in the film, that it was Lizzie, and obviously here's the picture of the crocodile now, the movie version of Lizzie, and you can sort of generally see the sort of same sort of profile as Lizzie, and a lot of people, obviously everyone's called it Lizzie. Believe it or not, the producers said it was Lizzie, so they've obviously just chose a crocodile instead of a lizard to mutate into Lizzie. But I mean, this thing was a beast, and to be honest with you, I think it's my favourite character in the film. I mean, it was such a monster, it was just a beast, and it really did cause havoc on the city. But I really enjoyed the film, and I found it really entertaining. So basically, you know, it was interesting, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't want to give away too many spoilers if you haven't seen it. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this video and you haven't seen it, then I do apologise for some of the spoilers. I will link in the description that that there's not going to be any spoilers, but well, you know, that there could be spoilers. I mean, sorry, but basically, all I'm saying is that I'm very impressed with it. That I thought it was a fantastic film, and I rate it an 8 out of 10. The reason I say that is because there were some areas in the film which I didn't particularly like, Like, some of the stuff could be quite far-fetched with some of the humans. Like, some of the bits and pieces could be quite far-fetched. Again, obviously a typical Dwayne Johnson film, they sort of tried to big him up a bit, like his character. They bigged him up a bit too much at some points, and I didn't really like that too much. But he played the part really well, and to be honest with you, he's my favourite actor, so I can't really, I can't fault him. But I just kind of, it does kind of get me a little bit fed up that they do sort of big him up a little bit sometimes. But basically, yeah, so that is Rampage, and I really enjoyed the film, and it's well worth a watch. So if you have a chance to have a look at Rampage or see Rampage, have a watch of it. It's fantastic. Give it a go. Okay, so that's all I have for today, guys. That is the next Sam Talks episode. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more of Sam Talks, and I'll see you guys again soon.